Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten and I have another Trump related reading for you. This is Monday, December 3rd. So this is a spread for the week of December 3rd through December 10th. However, the seeds planted or the events playing out may take longer to actually actualize or finish or complete whatever story is told here in this spread. Longer than a week, okay, to play out. So always check back on my readings to see how things unfold. Before we get started, I'd like to please invite you to join me on Patreon. Please support the channel. Become a Patreon member. This will probably be one of my part 1, part 2 readings because I tend to be very detailed in my readings, and sometimes it's too much for just one video. These will be selected videos that will the other half will be shown on my Patreon channel to my subscribers. So please become a member so that you can enjoy the full video. However, don't change the channel yet. I always provide a lot of information in the first part. You will be entertained, I promise you. Okay, that being said, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel and share my videos with your friends. I have been amazed by the accuracy of these readings. I am not a psychic. I am a card interpreter, and I just have, I myself am amazed by the accuracy of these readings. So I think that you will enjoy them, and please invite your friends to enjoy them as well. Thank you for everyone for your support and for your wonderful feedback. So that being said, oh, one more thing, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, there is a donate button on the home page. You can show your support that way if you don't want to make a monthly pledge. All right, so let's get started on the reading. So this was a general reading, and you guys know when I do general readings, I'm not specifying a particular person other than Trump. We could get all kinds of layered meanings here. So this is going to be a thickly layered reading. Grab your juice, your coffee, your popcorn, smoke it if you got it. I may channel in and out, which means when I channel in and out, that I may go off topic and just share a message with you that the cards are just relaying to me at that moment as I'm reading them. Other than that, I think the topics, as I've already looked over the cards, I think the main topics are release. That's the theme of the reading. Release and letting go. And we're releasing and letting go of a president this week, former President Senior George Bush. And we're releasing and letting go of possibly, a criminal and someone's former restrictions and limitations, ability to carry out the law is going to be released or let go. All right, and there's always nuances. Always listen just for the core energy. As an interpreter of the cards, I'm going to tell you what I think the energy is saying, but it may apply to someone else. As of last week, but that doesn't rule out what I said it could apply to as well. Remember, there's layered readings. In last week's reading, in the MBS section of the reading, I said there would be the death of a father, someone with a noble son, a princely son. I interpreted that to mean the near death for MBS's father, possibly through induced means. But at the same time, it became a prophecy of George Bush Sr.'s death, the death of a princely son, death of the father of a princely son, George W. Bush. So, and I just want to bring back to your attention any of my long-standing viewers in my very first video on Trump, which was not asked for. I was doing a love reading for myself. And I got a reading on Inauguration Day about the Trump presidency. It has proven to be extremely accurate reading. I will put it in the description box. It's a part 1 and part 2. Both are available. Foretold in that reading was the passing of George Bush Sr. And near those cards was a resignation of Trump. I'm not saying Trump's going to resign. I'm just saying there's a possibility that that was being foretold. So look back at that reading and see, tell me what you think. Okay, because I'm thinking there might be a correlation in terms of the nearness of the cards in terms of timing events. So, okay, I've said enough. I told you I'm chock full of words. Is Mercury retrograde? Because I notice when Mercury is retrograde, my vocabulary is better. I'm extra careful, and I'm chock full of detail. I don't know. Anyway, I've got a lot to say. Let's begin. So I pulled today, my key cards are the Levira Sibilla. I normally don't use Levira Sibilla as key cards because they can mean so many different things. I can't memorize all the cards. That's why I have to study the Sibillas before I can tell you exactly what the cards mean. Because they are chock full of meaning. They have so many meanings and nuances in just an upright version, let alone the reverse. So, I normally don't use Sibillas as my key cards because tarot will get straighter to the point. But they're amazing at telling a story, and they will flood you with information. So today the key cards are Sibilla, and the clarifiers are the tarot. I am working with the Wheel of the Year tarot deck today. That was the deck that I used to clarify the Sibillas. But I also felt inclined to pull out other decks of the same suit, the same face, because they all give me other information to convey to you. So hopefully that won't bother anyone. It's just me being creative. So we have the Fool here. And this is the event. This is who or what it will involve. This is Trump's most likely action or reaction. And this is where a situation is headed, the next near future or the further future, possibly about these situations. Now remember, the cards are layered. So this person identified by the Fool or by La Nemica can be more than one person. So let's talk about the Fool. The Fool is the energy of taking a risk, jumping in and doing something new, wild and crazy. It's foolish, it's a gamble. Their possibilities are endless, but there's uncertainty in this risk. See, he's walking out in faith. He's looking up at Spirit, God, the Source, the Sun. And he's putting his faith in Spirit to make his next step, fulfill his next step. It's like a card of blind faith. We have many levels here in this Fool. So I think that there's a warning, always a warning with the Fool, to look where you're going. Possibility of making a mistake or a big risk. Collectively, this is some kind of big event that is happening in the world at this time. We are on the edge of something huge here. Could be another big event or big news that's going to grab our attention. So whatever's in this four piece is going to be the biggest news of the week, right? Someone is taking a major risk, a gamble, on releasing something or someone. And I say that because of the Ten of Wands next to it, reversed. Someone is putting their faith in the Sun, S-O-N or S-U-N, as a source or an influence or power that can bless, heal, or liberate one. All right? That has layers. It applies, this is the energy that applies to everyone that this Fool is representing. I feel this Fool is representing the collective. I feel this Fool is representing the blind followers of Trump. I feel the Sun within the Fool is representing Trump himself and Trump Jr. The Fool could be representing Stone, Roger Stone, Manafort, Jerome Corsi, Michael Flynn, even James Comey and Mueller at this time on some level. I feel all these people are being affected by this energy of taking that risk and putting the faith in the Sun, who has the source to bless, heal, or liberate. And any of these people are on the edge of a precipice. The precipice of release, either from their work. The Ten of Wands reverses someone who has heavy responsibilities and burdens. It's their job. And they're very, very devoted to their job. They're a martyr to their job, right? They're martyring themselves. So this release could be in reference to a dismissal from someone's job because it's a release from a job. Letting go of responsibility. This big news could involve formal charges, a report. The Wands cards, especially 8 and 10, to me is the compilation of someone's activities, calls, actions, expressions. So, and this is the summing up of that. And that could be released. It could be, based on cards next to it, a summons or a subpoena. We have a letter here. We have a memo. It could be an indictment. I don't have the judgment card here, but it's possible. It could be a sentencing or a pardon. Okay? Someone is on the precipice, on the edge of getting released from their burden. So on all those levels, whoever this Fool is manifesting as is dealing with this energy of release or being released. And this release is a huge gamble. It's a big risk to take this, to make this move, to make this major play. And there's some hesitation, second thoughts, cold feet about this move. The work that I believe that this is, definitely Mueller, Il Pensero. It can also be someone's counsel or advisor. This could be anyone involved in the investigation. Okay? So I feel like the warning of the Fool is that there's danger ahead if you don't look with where you're going. Or the next step that you take might just end in disaster, or it could prove to be a big win. It's a gamble, it's a risk. So someone is thinking carefully. This could also be Trump. Someone is thinking very carefully about what they're going to release or who they're going to release from their job, or what kind of evidence they're going to release, or a report that they're going to release, or a memo, or some kind of legal document. That could dictate someone's past activities. Okay. I don't want to get too descriptive. I don't want to become a Stephen King novel. But right now I feel like Mueller is pondering someone's letter. He's pondering the testimony, the written testimony of Trump, for sure, with this card. He's pondering the legality of a dismissal, maybe his own, or someone who's been dismissed, and why. He's considering the intent and the tone involved in this release, okay, in this letter. The Queen of Swords, if this were tarot, she's got a sharp tongue, upright, not so much in Sibilla, but upright, a Queen of Swords in tarot. Her words would be sharp, her words would be honest, but they would be true as far as she understands it to be. She's pretty straightforward and to the point and blunt about it. So her tone is always taken into account. You have to take her tone into account, because sometimes her intent is good, but her tone sounds too strong. So reverse, put that on the negative. So Miller is considering the intent and the tone of one's words, written words, testimony, past records of their activities. And it looks bad to him. It looks like a lot of lies, because reverse, she's just a big liar. And there's missing information, poisoning information in this testimony. Poisoning information, because she poisons you with her words. Okay? I told you guys it's going to be a long one. So this is foolish. It's foolish to believe the son, who is either Trump or Trump Jr. or both. It's foolish to believe this son, these words. It's stupid. You would have to trust with complete blind faith. It's that stupid. Whatever it was that was written here as an excuse. So, there is a message here from God. I like to say God because I only want my messages to come from God. And that's my intent when I do these readings. So I feel there is a message here from God to the collective. It's saying it's foolish to believe the son, Trump or Trump Jr. On a higher note, I believe it's saying it's foolish to believe in Trump. I feel this is a message of God to the collective who blindly follow Trump. You're going to see that very soon. You're going to see how foolish you were to follow this fool. That's a message from God. To believe in this son is a gamble or a risk. And this son, Trump or Trump Jr., is about to make a stupid move. And a lot of lies are going to be exposed this week. A lot of secrets are going to come out. Someone's innocence is going to be questioned. The fool isn't innocent. It's just a baby. He's naive. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's inexperienced. He's just jumping out in life. But someone's innocence is going to be questioned. Their purity, their naivete, and their sincerity in their words is going to be questioned. The female enemy, Lanamika. There's two enemies in the Vera Sibilla deck. There's a female one and there's a male one. So you can pretty much take it to the bank. We're talking about female energy because you have two different, genders of the same card. But she also can represent more than just a person. She can represent an energy of action. And remember, the Fool here, I believe, is the signet. Even though this is my key card, I think still the Fool is the signifier. It's either Trump Jr., the collective, Trump's blind followers, Manafort, Flynn, anyone who followed Trump, Manafort, Flynn, Stone. I even said it could be Cohen, Comey or Mueller. Okay, those are the people we're talking about here. But there's a female energy here, so there could be a female involved. This could be, she's got red on, she's got blue on, I don't know. This could be a Russian woman, the woman involved with the tower meeting. This could be a Russian woman, that Butina woman. She's got a weapon. It could be reference to her on some level. Also toying around with this energy here. That could be what's being considered by Mueller or Trump. Someone's actions, someone's deeds. Their sincerity and their tone and intent. But the female enemy, she's the energy of viciously accusing someone of being underhanded. She uses scheme and tactics and words to kill, possibly even violence, because she does have a weapon. She represents the energy of about to attack. Someone's about to attack. Her knife is angled towards Mueller. Her knife is angled towards Trump. Her knife is angled towards the investigation. So all of these energies are about to attack one another with the accusation of you are lying. The accusation of you are an enemy. This card is saying there's imminent danger close to all of these people that I mentioned in the Fool and in the Il Pensiero, including these Russian chicks too. Someone is using slander and defamation. Someone may have falsified records or omitted information. They are definitely accused of lying, cheating on a report. And someone, this is a witch, this is an actual witch in this deck. And someone is saying, and it could be, this is all shared energy, okay? It's shared energy between these energies. It's shared energy. So someone is saying, I am the victim of a witch hunt. On both sides are declaring, I am the victim of a witch hunt. And I am innocent of all criminal intent. And the criminal intent, as I said, is what's being pondered in Il Pensiero. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to the Fool and play with him a little bit longer. I guess I like this card better than this one. Although I am seeing wheel and deal in this energy. Spinning. He spins. Huh. But someone wants to be liberated or free. The Fool wants to be free to roam and do what he wants to do. He wants to be released from his prison. So someone, Manafort, Flynn, Cohen, or they want to be released from some sort of restriction to be able to do their job. They want to be liberated. They want to be exonerated, Comey, of something. They want to be freed. They want to be able to roam about and express themselves freely, to say what they want to say. They want everybody to know it. So there's some sort of obstruction in this energy, towards this energy, to be able to be free to express themselves. There's some sort of obstruction of justice, and that may come via a pardon that brings freedom. Whoever this person is, they're claiming that they are innocent or that their son is innocent. So you see the Mike Flynn reference, you see the Trump reference. Their source is innocent, their source is good. I have it on good account. Okay? So they're saying that their energy is innocent and that this is a witch hunt. And they're claiming and they're accusing the prosecution or a judge or a woman of prosecution. She could be a prosecuting lawyer. She could be a prosecuting judge. She could be, is there such a thing as a prosecuting judge? It could be one of those Russian women. It could be Mueller. It could be defamation. Someone is saying they're innocent of this or to this. And you are wrongly accusing me. And there's vicious attacks on the character of both of these energies. And the cards are spelling out quite clearly right now that a child, the fool, which we always refer to as Trump as a child, is about to attack Mueller's job, or the investigation, and its ability to fulfill its purpose. Because here you're fulfilling a purpose. You've taken on a heavy task or a burden, responsibility to get a job done. You're doing it all by yourself. The focus is on you. And it's really overwhelming, this work. But when it's reversed, someone's either being released or dismissed from their job, or they're letting go of responsibility. They could be confessing to their activities. They could be getting something off their chest. Okay? And it's reversed. So, the child is about to attack Mueller before he can complete his work or release a report of his activities. This overwhelming evidence involving information about someone's travels. 10 of Wands can be someone traveling a long distance, someone's deeds, their work, their activities, who they received help from, and reversed, they're going down, they're backtrailing, they're backtracing, or they're following back trails, or what do they call it? Whatever it is Kushner had, I forget the term, the back trail, the back door into Russia. They're following that. They have tracks to follow. So, shared energy-wise, the work is dropped, okay, or it's gone as far as it can go. You can go no farther. You have to let go of the work, right? It's done. It's time to let it go. It's time to release it. Shared energy. They're all thinking the same thing based on their situation. They can go no farther due to obstruction, due to a dismissal, or because there's no more trail to follow. All right. So let's talk about this female enemy a little bit. And I'll come back to this 10 of Wands. Like I said, she's a witch. So someone is declaring that they're innocent of a witch hunt. She also puts a spell on you. She can apply a curse or a hex to you with her words. So this is telling me that someone has been targeted. Okay? Not only has Mueller been targeted, or Rosenstein, or someone has been targeted, investigation. There's a target on this person, a conspiracy against this person. But it also tells me that, and I told you this 2 weeks ago, Trump has been officially targeted. Trump Jr. and Trump have been officially targeted in this investigation. They are the subject and they are the target of the investigation. It is official even though he hasn't made it official yet. All right? So, because of this information, someone's about to make a big release or do something major It could be a release of evidence. It could be Mueller might send out a summons to Trump, to the child, to Trump Jr., to any of these other men that I mentioned. This is also the sentencing. A judge is considering sentencing of a guilty party, guilty of lying, Manafort and Flynn. Trump may say that the sentence is too harsh. The sentence is too harsh. So I feel like there's a potential for a pardon here that Trump is considering. He has cold feet about it, but he's definitely considering pardoning one of these men, Manafort or Flynn. He's going to say that the person is innocent and they've been defamed, the report is falsified, or there's a conspiracy against these people or him. He's going to say that the sentence is too harsh. That's the excuse that he will use to pardon his friend. Because of missing information, Mueller may have to send out the dreaded subpoena. It's a big risk. It's a big risk to make this move on his kid or on Trump at this time. The work isn't quite as finished as he wants it to be. He may end up martyring himself. He may end up losing his job. Or, again, it could just be referencing the release of the report. On one of these men or on any of these men. When it is released, all the lies will be revealed, how this person has worked with the enemy, played with the enemy, but it will be counteracted as vicious lies. This woman's words, or this energy's words, will affect someone's case, affect someone's job for the rest of their life. And again, there is a harsh sentence that's going to be delivered. A harsh sentence is going to be delivered. Stabbing words, cutting words. And it's going to cause the collective. It's going to cause Trump or his son. It's going to cause any of these people here that I mentioned, all of us, because I said it's a collective, to become unhinged when this criminal information gets out or is released, when this report is filed or produced or they're summoned. It's going to make someone go crazy and become unhinged. She's unhinged and she's dangerous. She's going to do something stupid. So as a collective, the whole world is in danger here based on what's happening right now. So Il Pensiero, like I said, this could be Mueller in the investigation, and it could also be Trump and representing his advisor. They are pondering information, pondering the letter, the written account of Trump's that Trump submitted, and going over previous words stated by any of these people in the past, going over it very carefully and deciding what to do about it, considering taking this major risk and releasing it before it's absolutely complete, or releasing someone from their job before they're done, before they have absolute proof, I guess, depending on who's doing this thinking. This person is thinking how to cover their tracks. It's a shared energy between Mueller, Trump, and his advisors, and the investigation. How do we cover our tracks? How do we protect ourselves? How do we protect our job? How do we protect our work? How do we leave a trail so that others might follow it later? Or in Trump's case, how do we erase the trail so they can't follow it? So there's a lot of anticipation and speculation in this energy of what someone's next move is going to be, so that they can put the right situation into effect, to obstruct it, to not allow it to fulfill its purpose. See how that's shared on both ends? So, again, you know what the Ten of Wands can mean. It can also mean someone confessing their crimes and getting sentenced. I said this could be the judge is giving a harsh sentence to someone. Someone has hidden information here, and they're confessing to that hidden information. It's uncovered through other testimony or words, right? Let's go to the messenger now. The messenger fell out sideways. I don't normally like to read it sideways. Lately, I've been reading it sideways, but usually I'll put it back in the deck and say, please come out upright or reverse. Here, it came out sideways, so it's good news and it's bad news. This is in Trump's section, how Trump is going to act or react. Okay? The page, the messenger can be a page or a knight if it were tarot. And the suit would be diamonds. So this is an earth sign person. Possibly. And because it's earth sign, it's concrete, it's real, it's something you have to deal with. Whatever this message is, it's delivered, it's very important. And it could be life-altering. It's being delivered to any of these men here, especially Trump Jr. It's a major message. It's a major sentencing that will change your life. This person is an agent of someone else, someone bigger than they are. So this person is a go-between, possibly a go-between between Russia and Trump. And that go-between could be any of the people that I mentioned here. This card also talks about tracing messages, emails, memos. There's a trace, there's evidence, a trail that can be followed because it's real, it's concrete. So it could also be representing the emails and the Russian hacking, because she hacks into and meddles into people's affairs. So there's a lot to unpack in these sections here. So again, Trump is claiming innocence of foreknowledge of hacked emails or of the Trump meeting. But the truth is going to come out and it's going to be exposed. The clarifiers for the messenger, 2 cards fell out. I got the moon reversed and the sun upright. The moon reversed is secrets come out. What was hidden is no longer hidden. It's now visible. And the sun is absolute exposure. So it's good news and it's bad news. Good news and bad news for Trump. How is it good news and bad news? It's good news or bad news for somebody in here. All right. Too many levels. Too many layers. So what he's saying he didn't know, he knew, and it's going to come out. He knew. It's going to come out that Trump knew. Wow. And his children, if you look at the sun card, I'm using other decks, his children are going to be exposed, the girl and the boy. His babies. It's going to be proven that they were acting as agents between Trump and Russia. or that they worked with a female agent who was a go-between from Russia to Trump. There's a little bit here about Butina as well. Maybe she's going to get sentenced as well. But I'm not going to focus on her. I feel like I said before, the children will be heavily exposed. An agent or a go-between is going to be heavily exposed. The truth will come out. It all gets traced back to the child, Trump or to Trump Jr. or both. Trump will feel a degree of urgency here with the messenger when he's read reverse. He's going to have to make a fast move, a timely delivery. He's going to have to move fast. There's very negative energy here in what Trump is about to do. It may be evil in its nature. This message is evil in its nature. This energy is evil in its nature. Okay? Because we have, it's next to this Queen of Swords reverse, Landamika, the enemy. She delivers a death blow or a curse or a hex, right? She curses you. And on some level, literally, we might be talking about magical energy here as well. But the moon reverse says that secret and lies come out. They will be revealed. What was hidden or what was behind the scenes is now going to be clearly seen. It will be majorly exposed, and the spotlight will be shining on the secrets, and the spotlight is going to be shining on someone's unhinged behavior. Now, this unhinged behavior is not only Trump's unhinged behavior, it may be the unhinged behavior of his blind followers, okay? When whatever this event is that happens, which could be all of the things I mentioned, a report, a subpoena, an indictment, a sentencing, or a pardon. When this shit happens, people are going to become unhinged. And I feel Trump is going to come unhinged. There's going to be spotlight on this unhingement, either on a person or on groups of people. And violence possibly could break out. It could be a verbal assault. It could be an actual physical assault. And definitely publicly in the news, in the spotlight, is the loss of Senior Bush. That's foretold here in the old lady card. Old lady, she's someone who is over 60, an elderly person, usually a female. When reversed, it could be the same quality of the old lady, but a male energy, okay? At the same time, we're going to look at the energy of what she means when she's reversed as well. She's got layers to her as well. So she's representing the death of Senior Bush. And this will get a lot of exposure in news. People will be considering his past history, his deeds, with a lot of thought, with a lot of reverence. Now I wanted to find out, because the reverse meaning of the old lady is a bigoted old bitch. Super ultra conservative, stuck in the past, intolerant of anyone other than herself and her elite family or status. This person has a real negative, everyone is beneath this person. This person lacks compassion for anyone, like I said, or empathy. And as an energy, and next to Trump, Trump may deliver a message at this funeral that could be disrespectful in some way or mortifying, because I clarified what this old lady is saying in regards to Trump. And I got the tenderness card reversed. When she's upright, she talks about compassion, so she has love and compassion for her children. And empathy, she understands She's showing tenderness to them. Reversed, it would be the opposite, lacking compassion, not showing tenderness, not opening one's heart, unable to open one's heart, cold in the heart. And it also means mortifying behavior, but at the same time, I can't say for sure if Trump will actually do that, because these cards have dual meanings today. I'm seeing all angles. Mortifying can also be a dead body, and the old lady could be an older person being laid to rest, and that is just getting public attention. There's a lot of sadness and grief over this passing, right, with the Five of Cups. It's big in the news, and people are very sad. Someone is gone. Somebody's lost. This is a card of grief and sadness, crying and tears. It's a funeral card. It's a murder card. It's a death card. It can be all of these things. Right now it's a funeral. But it can also be disgraceful behavior. See? Someone could be ashamed or mortified. And since that's been called out, I can't, and I did specifically ask, how will Trump behave at this funeral? Either he'll show a total lack of compassion, which will be disgraceful. He will speak, when he speaks, he will speak with coldness. It'll be read and not really said. You understand? That might be the level of his decorum at this funeral. I would hate that he would say something intolerant or bigoted or prejudiced, but there's a possibility. It could be read in a different context, okay? Trump may do or say something risky here. He may just put his foot in his mouth here, like with this fool. He may just step into some shit and say something stupid. He's bound to regret whatever this message is that is delivered by him or to him, or to these men, or from these men. There's going to be great regret, suffering and loss, disgraceful behavior exposed, secrets exposed, okay? And someone's health, someone's freedom and liberation is compromised. I can't rule out a pardon, and I can't rule out a dismissal or a firing. However the energy plays out, I'm giving that to you. But I feel like I do see a disgraceful display before the world for all to see, and everyone is looking. Like I said, the old lady, she can represent someone who's ultra-conservative, stuck in the past. She's a prejudiced old bitch. She represents an older person who's made grave mistakes that they will regret. And again, the Bush funeral as well, someone being laid to the grave. Now this card, specifically when reversed, can mean someone's skeletons are going to be coming out of the closet, or old people are going to be coming out of their woodwork. There's a lot of nostalgia, a lot of stuff coming back to haunt you, okay? Good or bad, depending on who's being thought about. Things that we thought were buried deep in the sand. Look at this Ten of Wands from the Thelema deck. He's buried something deep in the sand. Guess what? Shit comes out. It's uncovered. Yes. This is going to be a big week, guys. If not this week, next week. But, you know, out of respect for the passing of former president. But this week and next week could prove to be major. Okay? And I feel like someone is headed for the grave, headed for a lifelong sentence. This will be the death of you, this card is saying. This will be the death of you. And that means that could apply to anyone. It could say, Trump, you pardon Manafort or Flynn, this is going to be the death of you. Now, before I said that there's a possibility of some violence amongst crazy, unhinged people, this is clarified in the old lady card. She can refer to one person being unhinged, crazy, old and crazy, but it could also refer to groups of people behaving incoherently. So let's be aware, we are all being warned collectively of some possible danger imminent, violence breaking out. So when the shit comes out, I'm telling you, this week or next week, it is going to be, I believe it's going to be big. All right, so guys, that's the end of part 1 of the reading. If you want to hear the second part of this reading, please join me on Patreon, become a member, or if you'd like to donate and support the channel, there's a donate button on the homepage, and any donation of $5 or more today will be sent a gratitude and a link to the rest of this video. Thanks so much for tuning in.